Let's focus. I'm just like, is it a bug? Yep, that's correct. Guys, this is me, Yana, baby trader, and I am right here. Here's my laptop. We're gonna trade today. We're gonna test everything that we just planned to test on the Quotex platform. Let's see how it's gonna be for us. So guys, just the spot. Gotta be trading today. That's that's what you just expected. Been thinking about if I'm gonna be changing that timing or not, but I so get used to it. I'm so comfortable in that 10 seconds and all the strategies that I'm actually using for that. Now we're gonna leave it like that, yep. And zigzag, first one. Then CCI, guess what's gonna be the period? Oh, it's gonna be about 7. But we're gonna leave it just the 7. Because been testing an 8 and 9 or anything, it's kinda not a big difference, but just to get you and to get to understand what is actually going on. Here is the Vortex, the indicator that you cannot read sometimes from the first side. And actually not that complicated and not that easy at the same time, just because you need some experience to use it, not more. And currency pairs with the biggest payouts, Quotex, being more and more generous, giving us 89%. So this is it. This is our indicators. This is our chart. This is our starting setups. Let's go. I've just been thinking already how I'm gonna trade. And look at that, especially on the zigzag. Nothing is going on with it. And what about this one? I think we just started this downward trend. I do think that we just started this downward trend. What about the Vortex? I must say, what about these green candles? That it's quite important the time when the lines crossing exactly, and how wide or how narrow that lines actually is. And of course, if you're gonna be just, checking it just like that, crossing means changing in most of the cases. And look at that. What about the CCI? CCI, quite a stable and nice indicator, but now the zigzag, thank you. But it is sometimes overreacting on the candles. So the candles are changing and CCI changing too. And at that point, CCI were slow and the indicators just were stated that the chart also like a little bit flat, even with the green candles, with the orange long candle. But anyway, that was kind of flat. And CCI about the speed. If it's flat, that means that we are just not gonna be that drastic, and right after, it's just repeating the candles. Let's go. How about this one? I do think that we just started, that was the peak, and we just started to get downward, and I think this 1 minute is gonna be just enough. I wish we could enter a little bit upper and we could be safe, because now the Vortex just showing to us that the crossing just happened and the lines went wider and wider. That means we're going to keep in the tendency no matter what's going on with the candles, but the Vortex now, no. And we're going to maintain that. And CCI just reacting on what's going on with the candles, but don't forget about the CCI. If it's at a lower position of its own chart and it's flat, that means we're going to get downward. Guys, I just realized that something happened with the timing. I had this bad at the 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'm just like, is it a bug? Was it me or something just happened? But I gotta leave it like that because I just made it and I wanna make all this video just from the beginning. I don't know what actually happened. Maybe that was the luck because this green candle maybe had a mirror, or I don't know. I can see that's the 1 minute. And now we're gonna trade, just as always, because that's crazy. You are inventing and testing all that strategy for the 1 minute. Of course, 1 minute and 30 seconds is not a big difference. It's not a big deal. But being that, I don't know, being that with this poor attention that could actually misguide you and mislead you somewhere where you have just a zero at your bank. I made my bet for the downward bet, and now I'm just seeing the peak. And what's that? Go, please, go back. I've been talking and that was oh my God. No, it's supposed to be fine. Just go back. I was correct. We are having the patterns. We were in the middle. We were in the plateau or just in the middle of this upward trend, and that's crazy. Just got lost. Honestly, just got lost. I'm getting a little bit sick, so maybe that's my brain just, I don't know, swimming right there. Let's focus. Here we are. We're gonna raise our bet. Then the next one. Oh, look at that. We had the rising, down, the flat. Maybe that's the plateau, and I do think that's the plateau. Yep, that's crazy. I mean, why it's the plateau? That could be just the chart. Of course, I don't have to name it. But, I mean, guys, all the bets that we are having right here, I've been thinking, all the bets that we are having, just up or down. And if we do see something that is not up and not down, we need to detect that. We need to name it and we need to control it. This is it. Zigzag just ignoring, vortex, the crossing just happened and we are just maintaining. And if you're gonna be, it's a little bit complicated, but if you're gonna be checking the whole tendency and expecting the changes of the trend, the previous trend was getting upward and we do expect the changes, so we do read even this beginning of that plateau and that plateau as the step to get downward. Yep, that's correct. At the end, that's correct. The latest one, the last one, right here. Still, I do think it's gonna be downward one because we were at the peak. And I think that's still getting downward. Look at this vortex. That was the guessing. That was just my guessing and my experience. Now, of course, with all that orange candle, CCI is like, you gotta get down, girl. But at the moment when I've been actually absorbing all of that, and that was the huge peak, then sliding, then tiny peak, and then sliding. And in that case, just as I told you, we need to name everything that we are just detecting because that's like the math. It actually helps. Or that, just the massive sliding and this tiny thing is nothing. Or that was the second but the smallest pattern. That was the big one, then the small one. But anyway, the end of the discussing, the end of the thinking, we're gonna get downward. That's what we just saw. Just done. What happened just right there in the middle? I don't know. And out of this video, you can actually see that I'm kind of emotional. I'm getting overwhelmed with the emotions, and in trading, that's bad. Because something, and actually, that was harmless, happened, and I'm just like, boom, wow, what is that? I need to think about it. I need to feel something. I need to know my feelings about that. But when you're just continuing, and you continue to trade again and again, that's bad. You're just getting distracted. And if you are just in the same position as me, with your brain being too emotional and it comes like waves, please stop. I'm making the video, so I just decided to continue because I need to finish that. But in real life, you better be just like way back. Done, guys. And psychology is kind of important in that trading. You need to think, what do you feel, and how you do your analysis. And you need to be calm.